Earning money, whether it's from an after-school job or maybe an allowance for some chores they're doing, can give teens a sense of independence and maturity. While they may be eager to buy things with that money, it's important to teach your teenager money management lessons early on. That's something you'll find in Potential Magazine. We have publisher Pam Mashburn here to talk more about that, and she brought along Heather Phillips from Trustmark Bank for our parent-to-parent segment. Thank you so much, both of you, for being here. This is information for parents out there, because having a teenager is one thing, but then you got to worry about all these other things that come along with it. So if their little ones or their teenagers start earning money, how can we help them?
Well, you know, setting up a bank account is really important. And I think as our kids, especially when they hit that 16 and they're driving, and all of a sudden they're out of gas, and you're not around, and you've got to figure out how to get gas money to them. And, you know, let's face it, it's not like it used to be. You give people cash, and, I mean, you're paying at the pumps and that kind of stuff. So debit cards are a must, and they don't really know how to manage their money, even if you've given them money or even if they've earned money.
Yeah.
So it's really important that they have a checking account. But, you know, when we were younger, we had checking accounts. We had the little book. I remember writing the check and writing the, and, you know, it's like,
felt so grown up.
I was so grown up, and I still like writing checks.
I do too sometimes.
But they don't have checks.
There's no need for
None
them
of my
now.
interns, they don't have. I'm like, I need a validated check to pay you, and they're like, oh, we got to go find. We got to go get one. I don't know.
I mean, they have a checkbook, but they got to go dust it off, you know.
Yeah.
Blow the dust off of it.
So anyway, so I was talking to Heather, and I was like, how are things different now with banking? And I've learned some hard lessons as a parent with my kids, but I guess the main thing that Potential Magazine wanted to say is do it early before they get out of your roof, because they're going to make some dumb mistakes. But what are some tips that you can give us, was kind of, you know, the thought here?
Well, to open up an account with your student before they leave home is very important. To kind of, while they're still at home, you can show them things to do. You can get online banking or mobile banking, which work together. And so,
wait, so what does that mean? Tell me a little more about that.
Okay, so where you have your account, you need to go to that bank, open a student account. Most banks have student accounts. And you get online access where you can view your account and your student's account and transfer money back and forth. So if they call you at the gas pump and say, I'm out of money, you can go online or on your phone and transfer that money from your account to theirs.
Yeah, and secretly, I do that, and I like to say, well, the reason you don't have any money for gas is you went to Sonic and bought, you know, too much stuff.
Oh, my goodness, Mom.
I know, but it is good to be able to transfer that money. So I do think that's a really wise thing.
Okay, and once they get this checking account, you have a specific list of things that you want people to be looking out for. The first one, you say decline the overdraft protection. Why would we do that?
Okay, so you can opt in or opt out, and that's just on the debit card itself. So if you can, if you opt in, that means if you swipe your debit card and you don't have the money in there, it'll go through, and so you won't get declined at the place. Right, so you're not embarrassed, but you'll get that overdraft fee, which is pretty hefty, usually around $36.
Okay, and then we already said sign up for online banking. It says know when deposits are available.
Right, so if Pam goes to deposit a check into her student's account, it won't be available to the next day. Cash goes in immediately.
Okay,
but
so
kids
that's very important to know.
So we need to tell our
Make
kids
sure they understand that. Check your balance often.
Often, right. So you can get text alerts, and you can go online now, and you can go on your phone through our app or through any bank's app and check your balance anytime.
Right, because the kids are not, they're not keeping up with their receipts, and they're not writing it down in a checkbook. So they've got to be, like, staying on top of it.
Check it. Yeah, it's all right there in your summary, but you got to check it.
Yeah, and you can get the text alerts, which anytime your balance changes, it just texts it right to you. So
and it would also text the parent if they're associated with it.
You always want to link to your student's account.
Avoid ATM fees. Does that mean going to a different bank or using a different ATM than your bank?
Right. So if you bank with Trustmark and you have to go to another bank's ATM, not only will Trustmark charge you a fee, but then that bank's ATM will charge you a fee. With our student accounts, we don't charge the fee, but you may get the other bank's fee.
All right.
Right. But what we should do is teach your kids to go buy some gum and then get money out at the register.
Yes.
They don't know. All of a sudden, you're like going, we've got $25 worth of just going to the ATM.
Yeah.
You know, so
those
teach them that
fees
trick.
add up.
Yes, the $250 add up. Yeah.
Okay, and an extra tip we want to give folks before we let you go. What happens if you lose your debit card?
You just call the number or go online and report your card lost or stolen, and they'll send you one out immediately.
First of all, you freak out. No,
yeah.
But they, you know, Trustmark has a great thing called, I think it's Squad Banking.
Squadbanking.com.
And it's got a lot of great tips for
Yeah.
people with teenagers and for teenagers. It's really hip.
Hey, speaking of great tips, this magazine is chock full of them. It's Potential Magazine. You can find us anywhere teens and their parents hang out. And hey, if you don't find a hard copy, you can find it online, right?
Right, potentialmagazine.com.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Oh,
Tanya.
Thank you,
great
Tanya.
information there. You know, I had to wait until I was in college to get that information about how to manage your checking account, and it was usually because I was overdrawn or something
Oh, I
like
was going
that.
to say, you make no mistakes.
Oh,
I know.
yeah. Oh, my goodness. Thank you again for that. Hey.